YouTubers, how you doing today? Look what we have. We got the LINGENFELTER launch control and two-step. It's pretty basic here. We're gonna plug this in one side of the car in the harness behind the heads, and this one to the other side. And then we're gonna plug this into the mast. Boom. And we're gonna get this car popping. I mean, my car already comes with launch controls, but this one actually, we can preset it to, you know, whatever we desire. But man, I'm really doing it for the flames. I just want to shoot some flames out, throw some pops out, and watch this baby breathe some flames. So here's the harness that you want to plug into. So you're going to take your 12 pin on the launch control and you're going to plug it into there. Okay, step one. Okay, so I've disconnected the harness on the passenger side. So here's the launch control from the LINGENFELTER. So this one you plug right here, and it goes right here, and then you take the other side of the launch controller and you plug it into the back side up in here. See that? So let's do it. Okay, clicked in here. Get the other one and click. Hold on a minute. Cut the ties. All right, bam. Okay, so we repeated the process on the other side. I just brought the wiring harness over here and plugged it into this side. Not a big deal. The harness all connected. As you can see, it's got power. So all we want to do is we want to run a switch. So you're going to take the yellow wire and we're going to test it. We are going to put 12 volts to this wire, and if it works, the light will turn green, and then we will hook up a trigger wire in the car. And there it is. It's on. Okay. And as for the inside of the car, I got a temporary switch here right there, so it's off now. When I hit the switch this way, that's when the launch control's on. So that's just temporary. I'm gonna hook up a cool LED one later, but that'll work for now. All right, we're ready to go. Let's head on out and put this LINGENFELTER launch control to the test and hope that it spits some flames for us, huh? Let's do it. So this is the launch control set at 1200 RPM. Check it out. Now this is 3300 RPM. So at at 33 RPM, I couldn't get it to really spit out a bunch of flames like I was expecting. I was expecting a ton of flames. It only gave me a little bit, and the little bit that it did give me, it didn't do it all the time. So out of 5 times I would do it, it would only spit out a little bit of flames like once. So I got to figure that out. I got to talk to some professionals and see if there's a different way, but it just doesn't seem to like that RPM launch control. Okay, so here is 4,500 RPM launch control set at 4,500 RPM, and it sounds like a monster. It sounds like a beast, but again, I didn't get a ton of flames. I don't know what it is. I let the exhaust pipes heat up. I tried everything I could that I know about. So if you guys have anything else that you know that I don't, please share it in the comments and let me know, because man, I want this thing to spit some flames. But if it's going to not work, you know what I mean, I ain't too disappointed. It's just for looks anyways, as for me, just for looks. So okay, being that said, Lingenfelter is the shit. Now, I got a question for everybody here. So, just for some future videos, I'm trying to decide what to do next for my car. So, there's 3 things I want to do. I can go in steps. I don't want to get all 3 of them, but here's the 3 options, and I want you guys to give me your opinion and let me know which route I should take. Step 1, nitrous kit. Nitrous kit ranges from 100 horsepower to 400 horsepower. So we get a nitrous setup that is, I want to say at the end of the day, probably 1,800 bucks with everything. Purge kit, controller, buttons, bottle heater, bottle, and it's a plate. It's not the one that just blows in the intake. It's a freaking plate that distributes nitrous to each cylinder head. That's one. That's probably the easiest, but it does run out. But as for this car, like I don't rely on the nitrous for power. It already makes a shit ton of power. Really, I'd be using the nitrous just to, you know, the oh shit factor. All right, oh shoot, he's catching me. Boom, I hit the button and I go bye-bye. So that's one. Okay, that's the cheapest. So the second route would be swap the cam out. So I have a Lingenfelter stage 2 cam. It's a smaller cam, and we have hit the limits. 770 is the limit for the cam that I have. So a new Pat G stage 3 custom grind race cam and heads. Now with the heads, they're probably about 1,500 to 2 racks. The camshaft probably about 500 to 600 bucks. So already you're at, let's just say worst case scenario, 2,500 bucks. The heads will give us about maybe 35 rear wheel horsepower, and the cam will probably open up another, let's just say 30. So maybe 50 to 65 horsepower range with heads and cam to the wheel. It's a great setup. I mean, you always need those 2 factors. Those 2 factors in this car is just something great to have forever, always in your car, the cam and the heads. I haven't done them because, I haven't done the heads because it's kind of like a very expensive part, and it's the least amount of horsepower. So I've waited for that one. So that's 2. Number 3, just forget the heads. Forget the heads and the cam, because I got a cam in there already, and just go with a Kong's Performance by Greg 2650 Kong's blower. I just spoke to him the other day. He said my car reliable with the setup that it's in, the stock bottom end, that it'll hold 900 rear wheel horsepower reliable. Now, there's no guarantees with that, but it will, and it has been proven for these cars to hold 900 horsepower to the wheel, and Kong's performance blower will definitely get you there, the 2650. And the great part about it is it looks exactly like my blower, so there would be no fabrication. It's just like pull my blower off, sell my blower, and then put the new blower on. Boom. The problem with that is, not the problem, but the price on that is I think $5,500, probably touching $6,000 when it's all said and done, sent to the house. And then we got to do a retune. And you know, with this car, the retune is probably I think $700 for a retune, but it's so worth it. And with the Kong's performance, it'll have us, the blower will have us at anywhere upwards of 100 to 150 rear wheel horsepower with the least amount of rotation from the blower. So we won't even be spinning it so hard. We'll have to downplay the blower to make sure that dang engine survives, you know what I mean? After I get a built motor on the bottom end, then we can push the limit to 25 pounds of boost and just be a beast on the street. That is the final game plan. But as for right now, so what's it gonna be, guys? Stage 1, the cheapest, nitrous. Stage 2, the freaking heads and cam. Or stage 3, Kong's performance 2650 blower. You tell me, let me know. Thanks again for watching the Outlaw Performance Garage. I appreciate it, and I will see you next time.